Guys, the NFL is freaking rigged, all right? I'm just getting on here real quick. This is going to be a fast video, and we're going to go over why it's rigged and how we're freaking crushing them. We are taking it to the books. It is war against the books, us versus them. Get in on this, guys. Listen up. Seriously. Take it back a few weeks ago. Alabama versus Georgia. They wanted everybody to bet on Georgia. All the money was on Georgia. But guess who won that football game? Alabama. Guess who we took? Alabama. This is going to seem like a rant because it kind of is. I just need to get a little bit off my chest because we're taking it to the books. And the more I'm betting with this simple strategy, the more I'm realizing that the sports books are totally rigging these lines. They are making everybody bet one specific way based on what they think people want to see. It's kind of crazy to me how nobody else sees it, but it's hard to identify it, which is why not everybody can win doing this. It's not easy to identify, but we're doing it, and it's been a hell of a run. It's been fun. Another example I want to go over, Oregon this past weekend. Okay, 99% of the money was on Ohio State to win that football game on the money line. Oregon was at home. They were a home dog. A lot of people were taking Ohio State on the spread at 3.5. Everybody was taking Ohio State money line. Well, guess what? We went Oregon because I read the lines and where the money's at. And when the money looks like a good bet, pairing that with the line movement, we identified that bet as a 100% lock. Seriously, guys, I don't just throw out picks and call them super smash locks for no reason. If you're a VIP, you know exactly what I'm talking about. My super smash locks are the picks that I am 100% confident in. Now, take that with a grain of salt. There is no bet that's 100%. A bet is a bet. It's gambling, right? We're not going to hit all of them. But I am extremely confident in those super smash locks. And Oregon money line was absolutely a lock. All right? I'm putting out locks on the VIPs. I don't give all my friends all my picks, but I do have a group chat with a lot of my family members. I texted them Saturday morning and I said, Oregon's winning this football game 100%. I coach football. All the guys that I coach with coached an Oregon player. I won't name his name. I don't want to just drop names on my channel, but I told them, I was like, hey, Oregon's winning. We're going to be celebrating tonight. It's 100% happening. Because the way that the books are doing this, guys, the sports books are smart. Okay, those are incredibly smart people. They are geniuses when it comes to numbers and math and odds, and they set things a certain way because they know the outcome of the game before it happens. So they make you bet one way, and then they come back and they win the other way. And when we can identify how they're doing that, we win with them, and they don't like that. Which is why I'm here for you guys. I'm here to make this video. I'm here posting my picks in my winnable page so that we have an army, strength in numbers to go to war against them. They're not going to like it. They're going to outcast me. Fanatics already did it. They let me bet $4 a couple weeks ago as my maximum bet. So I haven't even touched Fanatics for like 3 weeks now. They pissed me off. They limited me to a $4 bet, which is bullshit. So join in on the army, guys. Link in the description down below. VIP and free, it says right there. If you get in on the VIPs, use code SCRIPT. You get 3 free days on that VIP subscription. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Code SCRIPT gets you 3 free days. You can try out my picks. Let me win you some money before you ever give me a dime. And then we're going to go to war against the books. Another one. Let's move on to this next one. LSU money line. All the money was on Ole Miss. LSU was another home dog. For some reason, in Death Valley, they were a dog against Ole Miss. Ole Miss looked great at the beginning of the season. They are not the same team that everybody thought they were. They are, my bad. LSU is coming off the bye week, playing against Ole Miss at home. There's no reason they should have been a home dog right there, and there's no reason everybody should have bet Ole Miss money line. It was over 80%. I don't remember the exact number. It wasn't quite in the 90s, but when the money is over 80%, that's what kind of intrigues me. That's what piques my interest. Then I go back and look at line movement and see what's happened with the line. And if I like it, I identify it as a lock. Those are the ones I'm sending out. to my VIPs. LSU was another one I took money line, locked that one in, parlayed it. Oregon money line, LSU money line. I usually don't do parlays, but I was so confident in those based on my strategy and my identification of bets that are going to be winning for us with the books, which they hate. I parlayed that, turned it into a huge, huge slip. Big win for us, guys. The other one, Falcons, a couple weeks ago against the Buccaneers, primetime game. Everybody was on the Buccaneers plus 1.5. A lot of people were on Buccaneers money line, and I got a lot of freaking hate because that was actually a free pick that I gave out. Typically, I put these locks into the VIPs only, but that one I gave out as a free pick. A lot of hate came from that one. They said, you are stupid. You don't know how to bet. Why would anybody follow you? But guess what? The Falcons covered minus 1.5. We won again. Okay? I'm doing the research for you guys, and I'm doing it because I've figured out that this shit is rigged. The sportsbooks are rigging the lines to make it in their favor so everybody takes one side. It's doesn't seem like it could be true, and I'm not saying the games themselves are rigged. I'm not saying, for the most part, that what's happening on the field is rigged, but there are some certain circumstances that make you scratch your head. For instance, Cowboys minus 5.5 against the Giants a couple weeks ago on primetime. That's another one. We took Giants plus 5.5 based on the line movement, based on where the money's at, and they covered that spread because Brandon Aubrey missed a field goal, his first one of the season. That typically does not happen. Brandon Aubrey doesn't miss field goals from that distance. He has made every single field goal this season up until then. But when the spread's on the line, what say you? What do you think? Did he push it on purpose, or was that just a straight-up miss? Just a coincidence, or a little bit slightly rigged for the books? They still got the win. Doesn't affect the Cowboys' record. But Vegas didn't lose all that money that was on the Cowboys. But we won that pick with Vegas by taking Giants plus 5.5, even though the Giants are not a good football team. That's just another example. Then on the player prop side of things, you got Jordan Mason on Thursday Night Football this past week. His line's set at 80. He's at 73 yards. All right, halftime, he goes down in the first half. Halftime, he comes back out, plays one play. Now, the injury was not faked. It was not a false injury. I'm not taking anything away from Jordan Mason. Do not get me wrong. The dude got hurt. Sometimes injuries happen. Now, can you play with an AC sprain? Absolutely. I know for firsthand. That's why I got this big old lump on my shoulder. I did in college. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm just saying you can play with that injury. But here's where the rigging part, where the scripted part, where the Vegas insider type of part comes in. Jordan Mason was hurt. Everybody knew he was hurt. He came down hard on that shoulder. The dude was in pain. But for some reason at halftime, the 49ers let it be known Jordan Mason was good to go. He was fine. He was going to play in the second half. That is very fishy to me because there was a lot of people looking to cash out those bets knowing Jordan Mason wasn't going to be back in the second half because he was hurt. But then the Niners say that he is coming back in the second half and that he isn't hurt. And then they put him in for one play. What does that one play do? With most sports books, now books are different, but one play in the second half locks in the bet. If he doesn't play in the second half, a lot of books void that pick because of injury. That's how these books operate. There were a few, however, that did the right thing. They voided that pick. But a lot of them didn't. A lot of them kept that play in there because he played in the second half, even though it was one play. And the last one before I get off my high horse and let you guys go, Patrick Mahomes. All right, he was, I don't remember what week it was. I think it was week 3 back in September. He was over his rushing total. He was over that 30-yard mark that he was at, that he had to get to cover the over. Now, where was the money at? Money was on the over. Everybody was taking Mahomes over on his rushing total, and he hit it. I even saw one dude on social media post a screenshot of his win with Patrick Mahomes over his rushing total from DraftKings. They had already paid him. The money was in his account. Well, guess what? The Chiefs start to take a knee, and Mahomes runs back for 4. Then he runs back for 5. Then he runs back for 4 to take his knee. putting him under that rushing total. All right. Sorry, I said 30 yards. The line was 19 yards. He was at 30 yards. Everybody had him over 19 and a half. He was at 30. He went back under that line with all that negative yards to take a knee. And guess what? That same dude that posted that screenshot of the win, he comes back and posted that they ripped that money out of his account and put him as a loss. How messed up is that? I'm going to refrain from using the F-bomb, but I really want to say what I want to say. How messed up is that? He's over, but all the money's on the over, so they don't want to lose all that money. And conveniently, Mahomes comes back under that line. Now, is it strategy? There is a strategy to that. With the time on the clock, the Chiefs needed to burn just a little bit more to make sure that they ended that game on the kneel down. But they didn't have to go back that far, and they didn't have to do it 3 times. That's what was a little fishy about it. That's all I got to say, guys. I just wanted to come on here, point out some things that this shit is rigged. This shit is scripted in a certain way, not the games themselves. You can't script football, right? Sports are sports. They're competitors. They're going to go out there and do what they're going to do. But the books are smart, and they know what the outcome is going to be most of the time. They make mistakes too, but more times than not, they can predict the outcome of a game, and they set those lines in a certain way so that everybody, all the degenerates, all the non-educated sports bettors take one certain side. We're identifying those picks on this channel, guys. Follow my page. So hit the subscribe button down there, A-Rod Locks. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here with you guys. We're building this army. We're taking it to the books. We're gonna bend them over and freaking win. All right. I already got, I guess you could say, banned, shadow banned, limited, whatever you want to say, by one sports book. I'm trying to get banned by all of them, and I'm gonna bring an army with me when I do it, and we're gonna beat the books. All right. Like I said down here in the description, free and VIP picks. The VIPs are free for 3 days. Let me win you some money before you ever spend any dime, any penny on my picks, and I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Okay, it was a big weekend. I did mess up tonight. I took Jets money line, but I realized it mid-game. Sent out to my VIPs, Jets plus 9.5 in live game spread. Put 2 units on that. We still ended up profiting on Monday Night Football tonight. So I'm following these games as they're going, watching live bets, trying to make sure we come out profitable and don't lose money. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. We're doing it together. We're building an army. Join in on the army, guys. I'm with you guys. Let's do it. Have a good night.